100 naira eko. Estan bus eko. Alright, it's still Lagos this morning, live here on Flip TV, and we are still here with you this morning, Tuesday, 21st day of November 2023. My name is Ebuka Ezobika.
Yes, and my name is Koforola Dutmioke.
Alright, so let's just go in straight into the stories that we have lined up for you from the basics that have been trending on social media. Now, let us start with this one. First off, Reps probe Lottery Trust Fund for spending IGR. The House of Representatives Committee on Finance on Monday placed the National Lottery Trust Fund on status inquiry for spending the entirety of its internally generated revenue. Consequently, the committee is set to appoint an external auditor to investigate the accounts, with a report expected thereafter to enable the House to take further legislative action. The chairman of the committee, James Falike, a member of the All Progressives Congress representing Ikeja Federal Constituency in Lagos State, also charged the Fiscal Responsibility Commission and the Office of the Accountant General to probe the fund and submit their reports to the committee.
Yes, and the next story is SUP Reps probe ministries, agencies over alleged COVID-19 fund mismanagement. The House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee has invited the Ministries of Agriculture and Food Security, Communications and Digital Economy, the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, and scores of other ministries, departments, and agencies to appear before it to answer questions on the alleged mismanagement of COVID-19 intervention funds distributed among them to fight the global health pandemic. In an invitation issued by the chairman of committee and a member representing Ede North, Ede South Federal Constituency, Osun State, Bamidele Salam, dated November 20, 2023, each of the MDAs was required to be represented by their chief accounting officers, head of finance, head of procurement, and any other relevant officer to defend the expenditure contained in their various submissions. And to appear before the committee on Monday, November 27, at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, FERMA, the Federal Ministries of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, the Federal Ministry of Human Affairs and Social Development, and the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation.
Alright, on to other stories this morning. Good news coming from the Petrol Tankers Drivers Association, as they have come out to deny any planned protests. The Petroleum Tankers tanker driver deny planned protests. The Petroleum Tankers Drivers Association branch of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers has refuted claims that they are planning a protest. Now, the Petroleum Tanker Drivers National Chairman, Mr. Augustine Egbon, said in a statement on Monday in Abuja that members of the union were not planning to embark on any kind of strike or protest. He alerted the general public of the antics of some desperate and mischievous individuals. According to him, he says that is to cause an unfounded and dangerous panic in the supply chain of petroleum products distribution in the country through spreading fake and false rumors. He also reaffirmed that there was unity among the union members and advised the public to shun the rumors. A good one there. Yesterday we spoke about if the tanker drivers go on strike, we'll have shortage of fuel supply, but right now they've come out to debunk such claims. So hopefully things will go according to plan.
All right, then moving on to the next story. Some users of the that's the Bus Rapid Transit (BRT), have lamented the shortage of buses and the long queues they experience daily, while pleading with the government to provide more buses. Some commuters claim that the majority of Lagos State commuters use the Bus Rapid Transit (BRT) as a result of the increase in the cost of transport in the state. They also claim that the cost of BRT transit was lower than those of the commercial buses, noting that the lengthy queues appeared never ending because of the strong demand. Yeah, so this is some BRT users who have actually lamented about the shortage of buses and then the long queues. I've seen some of them too, and it's very true. Yeah, and then we have limited buses, but the queues are a lengthy ones.
Limited
So
buses, more people.
They are asking the government to actually provide more buses, because this BRT price is actually lower than the usual Dapo bus. Yeah.
Hopefully, the government does something to this. And also, there are so many in the repairs. Like we say, one problem we have basically as a nation is the attitude of maintenance, the maintenance culture. How do we maintain these vehicles? Not just getting in new ones, the ones that have been there before. So many of them are still being worked on, and hopefully, once they bring them out, it will at least serve the purpose of the masses which it is built for. Still in Lagos State, now the office of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State has faulted the publication on the website of the Lagos State Public Procurement Agency, attributing the sum of 2,017,840,000 for the provision of items including rechargeable fans, rechargeable lights, and fridge to the Deputy Governor's office. According to the Deputy Governor, he said that story is not true, that the correct amount instead of 2 billion is actually 2,017,840. A leaked internal memo signed by Director of Finance and Accounts Tola Ekemode on behalf of the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Deputy Governor and obtained by the Punch on Monday described the procurement agency's claim and the online story with the headline "Open Letter on Selected Public Procurement by the Lagos State Government in the period between April to September 2023, which has been trending since last weekend on social media as totally misrepresentation of fact. The memo was dated November 20th, which described the open letter as untrue, mischievous, fake, and unfounded, was addressed to the Director General, Lagos State Public Procurement Agency. The Deputy Governor's Office further urged the agency to take prompt action in addressing the issue by giving the general public a true account of what was approved for the office of the Deputy Governor. Interesting story concerning this particular issue. We will still go more into it in the course of the program this morning.
Yes, and moving on to the next story, Kano APC declares fasting as Governor Yusuf heads to Supreme Court. The All Progressive Congress APC in Kano State has called on all its members and all traders who lost fortunes to the government-led demolition of illegal structures in the state to fast today. The chairman of the party, Abdullahi Abbas, in an audio message to the party loyalists, asked them to pray fervently as a show of gratitude for the party's victory at the Court of Appeal on Friday. His message is coming on the heels of decision of the state governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP) to challenge the appellate court's judgment at the Supreme Court.
Very funny story there. But what God cannot do does not exist. But in this particular case of court cases, you just present your fact. Bring your fact to the table. Court works with evidences placed before it. And it has to be proven beyond all reasonable doubt. So going for prayers and asking people to fast, well, is your belief. Believe what works for you.
That would completely work. Yeah.
It works for you. Hopefully, what if the other people now praise too? Because they are praying for it to go in their favor.
Yeah.
You also pray. So, well, so submit in the table of the Lord.
Yeah.
Out of the stories now, Niger State Assembly to pass law allowing 6 months maternity leave. The Niger State House of Assembly is set to enact a law that to provide 6 months maternity leave for nursing mothers in the state. The Deputy Speaker Afiniki Dauda stated this on Sunday during a training session on the etiquette, protocol, security, and empowerment for female political office holders in Mina, the state capital. She said the bill was important to allow women to get required rest after childbirth and to enhance the health of the nursing mother and her child. Then all women events organized by the wife of the former governor of Niger State, Fatima Bago, was aimed at enhancing women's participation in governance and equipping them with required business and the skills for them to fit into their new roles as political office holders and wives of elected and appointed political officials. What about the men? Don't we deserve paternal leave?
Paternal leave for what exactly, please?
Now, the maternity leave is for the women after giving birth.
No, like I'm asking you, you men, for what
Paternity
exactly?
leave now, we have been carrying this thing in our body for like 9 months. We just gave it to you. We've been carrying for not just 9 months. We've been carrying these things for a long time.
Well, we didn't ask you to, give it to her. So I don't. You men, you should just drop this case. Really, you don't.
If there is a maternity
you don't
leave, they should have paternity
any
leave.
stand on that. Just drop
What
it.
is good for the
You don't
goose
need
should be
any-
good. Even if they don't give us 6 months, at least 2 weeks or something. We too we human being now. The men too deserve
Maybe
paternity
you
leave.
should try carrying the pregnancy. Then you can go for your.
Do you know what we
paternity
go through
leave.
carrying these things?
What do you go through?
You don't want to know.
Please just drop that case. I beg.
You don't want to know what we go through. We go through a lot. In fact, a lot is going through us as we are just. Do you think it's easy for us to just give it to somebody like that? We've been carrying it. Say, no, this person, okay, you deserve to hold on to it for us more.
This conversation will have to continue behind the camera. All right, then let's move on to the next story, which is the Central Bank of Nigeria has again postponed the meeting of its Monetary Policy Committee despite the surge in inflation. A report on Monday which quoted the CBN's Director of Corporate Communications, Dr. Issa Abdulmumin, said MPC is not holding a meeting this week in a text message response. The meeting, which was actually scheduled to be held on Monday and Tuesday, has been postponed for a second time since Olayemi Cardoso became governor in September. The latest postponement will keep investors and analysts waiting a bit longer for Cardoso's approach to surging inflation, which hit 27.33% in October 2023. However, Abdulmumin in a chart indicated that the meeting may have been postponed due to the upcoming Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria dinner, where the CBN governor is expected to present an economic roadmap for Nigeria. He said this in a message. The Monetary Policy Committee meeting is not holding this week. That's him speaking. All road leads to the 2023 CIBN, that's the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria annual dinner slated for Friday, 24th.
Annual dinner over a current economic issue. I think we should start placing priorities right in the country.
Yeah.
We are going. This particular MPC has been postponed not once, has been postponed again, and it's not looking really nice. So postponing it for a debate. Come on. Well, we have to start placing priorities right because it is what is needed for the country. That is what we should be doing. All right, let's move on now to the foreign scene. Let's go to Liberia and tell you that political veteran Joseph Boakai was on Monday declared winner of Liberia's presidential election, beating incumbent George Weah. The National Electoral Commission (NEC) said after completing the ballot count. Boakai won with 50.64% of the votes against 49.36% of the votes for former international football star Weah. Davidieta Brown Lanasia, president of the commission, told this to reporters Boakai won with only 20,567 votes margin. Weah had already conceded defeat on Friday evening based on the result of more than 99.98% of the polling stations. The outgoing president and former football star won praise from abroad on Monday for conceding and promoting a non-violent transition in a region marred by coup. Good one, George Weah already saw the handwriting on the wall and already called the winner of the election to tell him congratulations, taking a cue from some sort of similar thing former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, did when he lost to the APC, Muhammadu Buhari, in 2017 elections. So this is what we want to see in elections, where those who lost, especially if a sitting president loses, calls on the winner to congratulate the winner. I think it shows the spirit of sportsmanship and brotherhood amongst each and every one of them.
Yes, yes, and lastly we have on sports. Giuseppe Serio
Yes.
has denied having contact with Zamalek regarding their vacant coaching role at the club. Pesero, according to an Egyptian website, Quora, was one of the coaches who submitted a resumes for the top job after the recent sacking of Juan Carlos Osorio for poor results. The 63-year-old recently signed a new one-year deal with the Nigerian Football Federation after his initiation contract expired in June. The Portuguese tactician, who was recently linked with Zamalek's job in Egypt, mentioned that he remained focused on his current job with Nigeria. Yes, and in his words, he said that at the present, all my focus is on the Nigerian national team only. There are no negotiations from Zamalek in any case, and I am not thinking about anything else. Despite Peseiro's commitment to the Eagles' job, some football stakeholders have called for the immediate sacking of the Portuguese tactician following the team's performance.
As per Serio, there are people calling for him to be sacked. Some stories coming out that he is going to apply for that job, but then he has come out to debunk it that he's still with the Nigerian people. So let's see how that goes, if it's true, because there is no smoke without fire. Basically, that's how it is. Alright, so we're going for a short break. When we come back straight on the Lagos This Morning show, we'll be talking about what is going on in Lagos State. The deputy governor of Lagos State is coming out to deny the 2 billion naira budget that was budgeted for him to get refrigerators, rechargeable lights and fans, etc, etc. We'll be talking about that in a short while. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
100 naira,
Alright, sure, welcome back. This is still Lagos This Morning live here on Flip TV, and we are here with you. My name is Ebuka.
And yes, my name is Stu Koforola.
Alright, so now let's go into the story as it is. Now, the Lagos State government have approved the sum of 44.8 million naira for clearing of vegetables within the Ekpe Mixed Development Scheme. Now, this is a background of the entire story. Like we told you before, when for the break, the deputy governor has come out to debunk the claims because it was written on the Lagos State website that 2 billion naira was awarded to the office of the deputy governor for the purchase of rechargeable fans, rechargeable lights, and refrigerators and the likes. So now, just a brief breakdown of the money totally, because it's making the rounds already. Now, according to records from State Public Procurement Agency, the project was awarded in May to MS Obak Nigeria Enterprises by the Lagos State's New Towns Development Authority. Now, it was reported that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been criticized over the approval of 7.5 million naira to replace liquid fragrance in his office. Liquid fragrance in this part means air freshener. So he wants to use 7.5 million naira to replace the air fresheners in his office, and 3 billion naira to purchase rechargeable fans for the office of his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat. Now, these actions and these things have brought out so many talking points. In fact, according to the document, 73.1 million naira was approved for the production of the official portrait of President Bola Tinubu and the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The project, which was executed by the Office of the Chief of Staff, was awarded to Flosiville Connect. Now, money's being donned around as it is. The deputy governor has already come out to say, please, it's not 2 billion, no, it's 2 million actually. That was given to me for the rechargeable fan, rechargeable lights, fragrance, air freshener, atigbogbo. Now, let me just say this. We are looking at how to cut costs. This is what we talk about excessive spendings. 73.1 million naira for Tinubu's portraits.
Can we
how many portraits are we talking about here? Is it for every office or just for the governor's office? 44 million naira for vegetables. Like, really?
Now then we keep complaining that there's no money, there's shortage of funds and everything. Yet we are spending money on some things like this. Let's place our priorities right.
7.5 million naira for air freshener. Is that how bad the place smells? Like, really? Is that how bad? Although I also heard the story that this 7.5 million is actually the entire budget for the year for air freshener.
That's still a lot.
For air freshener. Now, this air freshener, is it for the entire Lagos state offices?
What kind of air freshener are they getting?
Because there's still stories you just hear and you're like, Now, you talk about refrigerators. I don't have a problem if you are getting refrigerators, but this is the second tenure. Does that mean that there was no refrigerator in the deputy governor's office throughout the last tenure? What happened to the lights in the office? What happened to the fans in the office?
Renewal. He's in the new term, so he needs renewal of all of this.
So these are the questions we're asking about excessive spendings. If we have these monies, why are we spending on frivolities?
We can keep everything in check. I believe that the finances of Nigeria would actually get a better turn.
All in all, you said yes, it's not 2 billion, it's 2 million. Then again,
2 billion or 2 million.
I have a fridge at home. I know how much it costs me, except you are getting more than one fridge for the deputy governor. One in his office, one in his secretary's office, one in his PA's. Probably the entire office has so many offices under the deputy governor's office. So does that mean that there should be fridge in all the offices? If we have a robust account right now, we say yes. But this is a period that people are complaining that things are not going on very well in the country. There's no money on the ground. Everywhere is dried like a sand in the desert, and we are spending this kind of money that we know. So this money is available, but the money is available just to a few. And this, I have to talk about it because this is taxpayers' money, basically.
Yeah.
It's taxpayers' money that are used to fund these things. It's not just money that was picked from anywhere. These are money people are paying for tax, and you choose to spend it this particular way. And the news is out there now in the public, and this is how much is being spent on portraits, on vegetables, on perfumes, air fresheners.
Chargeable lights.
We should be doing more. We should be doing better, basically. I was even seeing, not just him, I was seeing one of, what's his name? The governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, on spending over 200 million naira within 3 months on refreshments, on food, and spend 25 million naira on schools. And you ask yourself, what is the justification of this money is being spent? Now, we need government to be responsive to the people.
Like, they need to,
you have to be responsive. You come out and explain to us, okay, how come, what and what. That's what we could talk about. Yes. Transparency in government. It should be transparent and tell us, okay, what did you buy? What kind of food are you eating for 3 months that you spent over 200 million naira? What kind of vegetables are you cutting in Lagos? Are you going to cook in Lagos that you are spending this kind of monies? These are the questions we should be asking. 73.1 million naira has been sanctioned for the production of official portraits of President Bola Tinubu and the state governor. The two of you alone, 73.1 million naira. And I ask again, how many portraits are we doing? Where are these? Like, it's things we hear and things we read about. You make us ask again, what are we really after in this country? After the plight of the people or after the plight of the government workers? It's very, very sad, Kofu.
It is actually. I don't really know what to say to this. I mean, these amounts are too much for this things that they want to buy: rechargeable lights, fans, air freshener. I mean, I believe you can also get things of that quality for less amounts. Honestly, I feel like the government really needs to sit down and then put some things in place. They should do some checks and balance. I mean, there's a lot of things that Nigeria is currently going through. So spending money, that huge amount of money on things like that, I don't think is what is needed at the moment.
You know, so many things. I don't know if many people have gone through the list of things that they'll be spending monies on. But I wish we had the time to do all those. But right now, it's time that we have to basically start rounding off. But some of the money spent, 581 million naira for church renovation. Not to build a brand new church, to renovate the church. 581 million naira. Million naira. No, 581 million naira for church renovation. There's another 152 million naira for Akiolu's water. That's the Oba of Lagos State. 152 million naira for his water. 400 million naira allowed for ad hoc charter flying hour charges. The agency also received 18.5 million naira for the supply of distribution of 2,000 Noila chickens across the state local government units and wards. So they share chickens too. Before we have to leave at those particular points.
Yes.
There's so many things that are not just going on very well in the country as it is, and we hear about many of these issues coming out left, right, and center. It is well with Nigeria. It is well with Lagos as it is.
Oh yes, we have to leave the studio. Unfortunately, the time is not really on our side. Yeah, so we've all edited the stories we brought this morning, from politics to business, foreign, sports. And yes, the Lagos, this case of the story of the Lagos deputy governor as it denies the 2 billion budget for fans and others, saying it is 2 million and not 2 billion naira. Yeah, so this is still Lagos this morning right here on your screen, and it's still your favorite host, Koforela and Ebuka. Well, it's been a wonderful time in the studio. Yes,
and we have to go as it is to catch you all tomorrow, basically. Until then, make sure you have the best of your day. Enjoy your day as the day goes by. My name is Ebuka Ezobika.
And my name is Koforela Drutumi. Bye for now.
100 naira. That's